Hey guys, how you doing, guys? How's it all going? Okay, let's see, everything live, recording, perfect. Okay, ay, ay, ay. Let's go over a game that VAR played against his opponent in 1993. This is a younger VAR, and he did the French defense, of course, the Winier variation. So let's do it. I had to get a drink of water here, so alright, let's start it. E4, E6, D4, D5. That's the start of the French, of course. Then knight C3 and bishop B4. E5, C5, bishop D2. So this is a line. Play knight BE3, BE7. Sorry. What about taking here? Oh, so that allows for a check. Okay. So that's why you don't take. Okay. Bishop takes. Castles. Knight f3. Let's take a look to make sure that the computer is saying that it's right. So it's depending on that or that. It still hasn't decided. Doesn't want a3, a6, or doesn't want c takes d5. It's one thing we have to take in consideration. Is that what we want? So if we go a6, he moves there, takes, knight takes, take there, and then if he takes here, knight takes, that's hanging, and that's a potential attack there. But VAR played bishop d7, bishop takes, b6, bishop d3, which actually helps VAR. C takes d3, c takes d3, and knight b d c6. That's, if you notice, he's aiming right here. Double attack there. Castles, knight b4. Now he's going for the bishop, so bishop has to hold back there for a second. h6, a3. Now VAR has the idea of potentially either going here or there. So he potentially can go knight to a5, and then he can go knight c4 or knight b3. Queen d3, g6, queen d2, king a2. So I don't know why he didn't play there. That's kind of, a better move if you think about it. You don't want to walk into a discovery. But he's a younger VAR, so he kind of didn't like the idea of safety, maybe. Knight f5, knight a5, rook a2. That's kind of weird. Now black's full ahead. Wow, he's just tearing the pawn structure up. G5. Four. And you just maneuver yourself in. H6. Some people just play on I need to resign here because there's really no hope. And I wanted to show you one of my games. It's that was kind of an interesting game. Okay, I'm white, my opponent's black. I play the French La Bande of Variation, which is, it's really odd. There's, like when he plays there, you play d5. He goes e5, c5, knight f3, knight c3, knight d4, and I think taking, I want to see if taking's, so, okay. So what is going here do? I plays there, okay. Well, this is kind of what I played. My idea was to, after there, bring the knight in. I attacked with my bishop. He didn't play there, so I brought my queen in. He played knight takes. First of all, there's probably more likely I should have checked here, because then he would have came up, and then I take there. And now I have this here. So you'd have to play here. Then you can play a5, a4. If the bishop comes to d3, then you play h5, and now the king's under a huge amount of pressure. And potentially we have here, and there, and we got him. So the queen comes up. So, but this is what I played. I took. Oh. Wow. Did not even consider this. Well, I'm up basically a whole pawn here, and white can't castle, so I played there, he played over there. I played back threatening to, and he played there. And if he takes here, I take. He comes there. And if he takes here, I come up and take here. And if he comes there, potentially a mate, so he's gotta be careful. There's mate 5. More likely in there. I kind of see now why I'm discovering. My idea kind of was, if I was, the reason I did take this was I kind of wanted to hide behind it. I really didn't want to take it, kind of reveal everything. It's like, so basically that's why I did that. If you were wondering why. Sorry I was a little silent there. Okay, let's see here. Puzzle. I go into our puzzles now. Let's see here. Trying to see, do we play rook b5? Because that does pin the bishop to the... If we do here, he can actually move like somewhere like that. And we don't have anything. So that makes most sense. Because it does actually two things. It allows that to be forked and that to be taken at the same time. If we play here, and let's say he plays there, right? What we can actually do is take here with check. When the king moves, we just put our bishop there. And it's fortified. Yeah, I believe that's it. Okay, if we play our rook to d1, that stops everything. Then he pushes here. Then we could actually start our king infiltration over to get the pawn. Because that doesn't work. This king doesn't work because we won't have enough time to get here. Yeah. Oh. We stop there, okay. Oh, snap. It's actually a draw. Is that actually beneficial? So, that, okay. Should have remembered you can actually play there. He takes there. You take here. He plays here. Actually, you could just play that and it'd be like, what? Then you get your king involved and there's really no where that he can go at this point. You just move your king over here and you just take that and then yeah, now your bishop's free to roam. Drat, I messed up on that one. Irritating. Let's see what I got there. Well, let's do one of these kinda to get my mind refreshed. 5, 4, 2, 1, okay. So I was doing the advanced variation. I don't want to do the old main line. Snap, that's a pain. Hey, how you doing? Hmm. That was actually a mistake. Excellent. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I could just take here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is take there first, because I'm attacking his rook. Then I take the knight. That's it. And I should resign here. He wants to play on. That's commendable. He's going to lose a rook here. So yeah, that's a good point actually for him to resign. This was actually where he lost. I'll show you. Okay, we played the correct advanced variation, and then I played knight. So everything's equal so far. Some play here, but that's actually at this moment. When he plays knight out here, there's two different lines you could play. You could play I call this the Simon Williams line, or you could play the old main line. The only problem with the old main line is that he has that. And if you try there, then he goes here, and it's not good. We play. Oh, well, okay, if it's casual, I'll play one game. And then if he plays there. So if he takes there, if he takes here. Wow. Okay, basically you've disintegrated his whole set. That's how come you're able to do that. Okay. So that's the only problem with the old main line. I like playing kind of that. Oh wow, so I could have won a pawn here. Gotta remember that. Oh, 5 minutes? Okay. Let's see here. Let's whip out my Tarrasch variation. Oh, so you're going for the more of a the solidest line, okay, for your center. There's also slight weaknesses in that. Do I want to take or... I'm gonna play there. I like that move. I like that. That leaves me a lot more options. Okay. Wait a second. Do I like that? Yeah, I'm gonna play there. I hope that's right. As far as I know, it goes with it, along with the line. I just want to make sure I'm doing it all right. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so castle queenside. Let me see. How do I want to do that? Do I want to take, then take there? Yeah, I better just do that. Better just eliminate that knight because it'll be a problem later on. I'd rather do that. Strange thing is, this structure actually here helps me. It's really odd because there's really no infiltration points. Worst that happens there is I play there. I could even just play my rook over if need be to g8. So let's see. Do I want to do that, or do I want to hold on here? I think I'll play there and just hold on. I kind of like that better. There's no real rush. That's always going to be a weakness there forever. If he plays over here, I just take there, and if he takes here, then I can. Oh, well, actually, there, he takes there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if he plays over here, I take there. If he comes here, I take there, and then he takes. I'll be up a whole rook, so it's benefiting for me at this point. Oh boy. Haven't had to do my 2000 rating for a while. Hmm. Hmm. Just wondering about that move, if that actually would work here. How am I? Good. Good. I'm just gonna play there and go for mate if I can. Remember, the game's all about checkmate, not about material. So if he grabs this pawn, oh, okay, nice. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I'm just going to castle here, bring everything into the fight. There's no real reason to rush at this moment. You remember, sometimes what you have to do is keep the pressure on, and that's when you actually start winning, is when you keep the pressure. Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the game here. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Probably better would be actually just to check there. Yeah. I think any move here actually wins for me. I'm trying to figure out if there's any. I don't think so. And then you check there. And then you take with check. Yeah. Good game. Really good game. What is, I don't know what WP means, I apologize. Some of this, I know what LOL and AFK and a lot of that. Is it want to play again? Is that what it means? Or oh, it's well played. Okay, gotcha. Some of those I try to figure out. It's like, I know that you means you, so yeah. So okay. You want to play? All right. Let's see. Okay, no challenge. Okay, good. All right. All right, no challenge. We'll work on some that. You know what? Yeah. Sorry. I figured that out just as I was asking. uh, you play. I had to say you played really good. Oops. Let's see here. Okay. So don't feel bad at all. Yeah, I got tutored by grandmasters, so I have a lot of and you know what? The coolest thing is he was a believer too. So and really smart. He took Nevada State Championship. The state he took the whole state. So you guys would have really liked him. He taught the kind of the way that I do. That's kind of how I learned how to teach. He was really patient when I first started out, and he made all the difference. The Lord directed him into my life because you have raw talent, but if you don't have direction, you don't know what your weaknesses are. Oh, well, do you want to analyze the game? Yeah, because the game that we priorly played, and we'll look at some of the areas for working on. If you do, what do you think based on the game we played? Well, I think what happened is, well, I'll just go to the analyzing real quick, and right back here. Let me see. Where did? Okay. So far, you were fine. You did good so far. All the way here, you were fine. Here, here. That this is fine. I sometimes do that because if I get an opportunity to fracture the center, I do that. So I was thinking about taking, but see, even I slightly didn't actually do it properly. So okay, so what I thought about was right here when you played this was actually a good move. These two moves, that either the knight to e2, which is actually best, or sorry, knight c e2, our bishop d3 is actually strong too. So you played the correct lines, and then I played kind of slightly an odd looking move. This allows for that to partake, and what would have to happen is a pawn push are there, and so I don't know if I would have actually won any material here. See, I would have had to take here, and then you could have taken there, and then I takes, and you have the two bishops, so I kind of even made a slight inaccurate right there. So far it was this queen move. This was actually the this I know what you're thinking. You're thinking about developing and then castling kingside. So this at this moment I shouldn't have brought my queen out. I should have played. I should have actually taken here. So I even learned something. So I have to remember that. Then you play here. If you take there, you take with the bishop. Okay. So I even learned something there. I used to I played this line. I just whipped it out like my normal move sequence, but I didn't know it had flaws in it either. So in this scenario, when I played there, knight to e2 is actually best. Knight c e2. And what that does is, you see, your whole goal is in the French, you probably already know, is central domination, and that's one area. So we looked at that. Let's go to another area after this. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and what happens is, I was thinking of my line in which my bishop might be under fire, so I put. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're thinking back here that your bishop. Oh, this bishop here. Yeah. See, that's kind of. I was trying to calculate to see if this actually works here, but it's not as strong, because I saw all this and then I was like, I didn't really want to kind of go into it, but I thought, you know what, if I can hold the structure, I'm good. And so this was kind of my type of idea, but next time I'm not doing the queen up here. I'm more likely going to take, so I learned something. And then if I don't and I play there and he plays here, then you take anyways. And then if he plays there, what you do is you play a6. See, a6 has a point that when this moves back, I can actually take here. I forgot about that. I forgot that once this bishop moves, I haven't played this variation. You put me into a line I haven't played for a while. That this is actually a weakness in this line, a6. I forgot about a6. That it actually kicks the bishop back to a4, and then you take. But now the whole idea, what Simon Williams says, is to go a5 all the way to c4, and you start putting the pressure on this dark square bishop. And if I can get the two bishops, white usually has black usually has superiority over white, because eventually you can even sacrifice one of these knights to open this up. There's a lot of games that have been won. I think that you're a great player, and it's only one thing: you can't be afraid to you can't be afraid that pieces are going to be under fire. But I do like how back here, I gotta say, here when you played this, that actually was a good move. I know it says it's a bad move, but the way you're thinking is good, because you're thinking that potentially this would go under fire, so that later on maybe I can take something like that and I have it protected. It's always the problem with a lot of newer players is they always forget about pieces that are on pre, and you didn't forget about a piece that was on pre. You defended it, but the problem was it was just at the wrong time, and so you played really well. So good job. And I hope I answered some of the questions. And I think that's about it. Let me see. Did we any other thing here? Let me see. You also have to be careful. One other thing, I'll go to puzzles. One other thing is you have to be careful on castling too, because you don't really want to castle into attack. That's what my teacher told me. And yeah, you did great. And I used to leave a rook on like over here, and my teacher would joke and say, "You win games, and I don't know how you do it." He said, "You leave a rook over in one of the corners, either on h8, h1, a1, or a8, and you still win the game. I'll know your game if if you leave one of your rooks in the corner." We had a big chuckle about that, so that was funny. But so keep up the good work. Just one thing you have to do is make sure calculation is really important. So, and I had a problem that my teacher told me was, I would think that there'd be something there that wasn't there, like a threat, and I would end up protecting my piece, and what would happen is I would lose an advantage, and that was the only thing. Okay, I'd probably say yeah, but sadly he passed on to be with the Lord. So yeah, but he taught me everything that he had on board. So I'm still, you know what, he gave me a lot of knowledge, and I'm still assuming it. So that's the whole thing. And let me see, what type of player style would I say? I would say maybe more positional. I'd say probably, because you liked an opening that was more of a positional opening, like when you played f4. That was more of a positional thing for white. So, and I could see how you're a very balanced player, which is really good. And I'm having to teach myself that to be more balanced, because I'm really attacking, and that's one thing my teacher told me was you have to be well balanced. Yeah. And it's not bad. See, positional. Don't think positional is bad. It's Yazer's a positional player, and he a lot of people don't know this, but he actually was able to go to the candidates tournament, and he faced Karpov. I believe one time they called in on that. Person called in and asked about that. That he was actually a challenger for the world title at one time. So, and Yazer's a positional player. So if you're a positional player, you just have to look for grandmasters that are really positional, like Karpov's a positional player. Um, Kramnik's positional. Let me see, who else would be positional? Let's see, Karpov, Kramnik. I'd probably say Anon slightly is positional. And let me see, who would be another one? I'm trying to figure out. I was thinking maybe Karyakin is positional, but I think a lot of his style is attacking, so I can't be sure. And also a player who's positional is a Kobian. If you like, if you want to learn the French, also there's Gadakamsky is a really good French player. So if you want to learn the French, do Gadakamsky or a Kobian. Okay, you have a game you want to look at? Alrighty. But you know, it's some Gecko computer versus Komodo computer. Wow, this is interesting. So you just have to find, yeah. You just have to find, you know, players that fit your, you know, type of play. My teacher told me that I play very similar to either Bobby Fischer, Nakamura, or Gary Kasparov in how I play. So I was like, wow, that's nice. And the game 3 actually threw Boris Spassky off when Bobby played, because of Bobby played a positional move and Boris was used to Bobby being an attacker, so he had tons and tons of moves against his attacking line e4. Excuse me. He didn't expect Bobby to go c4. Yeah. Yeah, that is the hardest thing that you know what, it's you have to kind of hone that. I lost a lot of games before I kind of found I like to call it a click that I fit in. And when you're Josh Waiskins also says that when you're free to yourself, which he means more that you let yourself be a player that you are, you'll actually play different. You'll play the way that you love to play, and then all of a sudden it'll click like a Lego piece, and your building will start growing like Lego pieces. Uh, okay, so don't worry. It takes time. Whatever you do, don't get frustrated, because it's a time process. You can't cram chess. Oops, I gotta turn off the engine. Yeah, that would be helpful to turn off the engine. So, King's Indian was played. G6. Okay, castles. So White played this is kind of like of the Yazzer when he was first starting out, called this setup here the fortress. But he didn't know till later on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, ready? But this type of setup here with castle is like a fortress, And so that's he played that for a while when he first was beginning. So yeah, so you could transpose. Okay. Oh, if he plays D, okay, if he plays D3, it's called the King's Indian attack. Okay, so at D3, I gotcha. Well, yeah, there's a lot of King's Indian lines, but certain lines blend into some. Yeah, some computers are really positional too. It's just like so it takes a while. So don't feel bad. E6, B3, A5. Interesting. Frustrating and angry when I lose. I think being too hard on myself. Yeah, you know what? That's one thing you have to do is sometimes step back and not be so hard. You know, Jeremy Silman, he has a learning company tape, and he said this in one of his lectures that the hardest thing, one sec, the hardest thing that it is for a chess player to do is actually to learn. And he says you're going to lose thousands and thousands of games before you even you get it. It's the weirdest thing. He says you'll lose, but he says take that and learn from it. Put it into the computer. If it's like if the computer moves a certain thing, just ask yourself why they moved it and move it, and then ask yourself what did that move do for my position and why did it give me an advantage, and then move a move that you think would be a good move besides the move you played, and then the computer will judge it, and you then, if it's like a not a good move, you can play it out to see what the end result is. Usually the computer will set up a tactic, and then you can learn that tactic if an opponent plays that on you, and then you'll know how to handle that. Sometimes what I do. But it isn't fun to lose, truly. Let me see here. A5, okay. I like A5 because the knight is not on C3 to stop A4. Yeah, because yeah, if the knight would have went here, you could have prevented, you could have played A4. I agree with you, Fox, on that. So A4 is played here, yeah. This actually is really an intense move. If you can get that in play. So knight d2, queen c8, okay, takes. Yeah, this black's idea is to get rid of. Yeah, exactly, 100% right. You have to have the knight on a3 for the a4 push for black to work. C1 is played, and the bishop takes, and then king takes. Black has accomplished a huge thing in the King's Indian. He's eliminated White's really the best bishop, the light square bishop. So that means that now the light squares are weak, and the knights can now jump around the king. So this g3 pawn push now is a weakness for White. So he's going to have to be really careful. Queen d7. Okay, knight's coming in. The party's gonna be starting pretty soon. Okay, so now they're gonna play here, potentially there, and maybe the queen will actually retreat out. And this is kind of a very intense position for Komodo. Komodo's got to be very, and so does Gecko. This is they're walking, as I like to say, a tightrope, and one move, one wrong way can end up with them falling to from a very high spot. So e6. Okay, everything is developed. I gotta say that I prefer white in this setup. That's just my opinion. I do like the safetyness that the black king has, because the black king has a dark square bishop. White doesn't have his bishop, the protectorate on g2, so black's is safer at this moment. White isn't, so Gecko has to actually be very cautious that his king doesn't get hammered with huge attacks coming down the pike. Okay, in comes there we go. Wow. I'm surprised Gecko didn't win here. I really am surprised. Most definitely, I'd say. Yeah, because a positional player builds, and at the right moment they execute their idea. And even, you know what? Tactics are applied to every type of a player. If you're an attacker, it applies to attacker. If you're a positional player, it applies to a positional player. If you see a fork, it doesn't matter what type of player you are, the fork is there for everyone to play. 1 second. Yeah. Right, they know all the lines, these solid lines, like black has accomplished one thing on white that white hasn't accomplished on black. Black has the majority of white's pawns on the same color as his bishop, so that means that black's dark square bishop is better than white's. So if all these pieces got removed, here, I'll use different colors for his. If all these pieces got removed here, except for this one here and this one, black would be more positionally sound because of how his his pawn structure is, and his bishop is more active than white's. Structure and endgame is important. Pawn structure. c6, knight c3. Oh man, h4. Now you see the problem with not having a, a light squared bishop for white. He's going to get torn apart now. White's better to get some pieces back to the fray, otherwise he's going to be in a terrible situation coming to a city near you. Oh no. Oh no. It's happening. Oh, sorry, that'd be blue's thing. Wow. Could that actually be played? Snikes, that actually can be played. That's impressive. Let's see if you take here. Oh, snap. Oh, wow. Wow. And yeah. I think he wants to play. I think he wanted to get his bishop like this because his bishop wasn't really attacking anything here. So he was able to get his. He's going to get his bishop along this diagonal now. Yeah. Remaneuver. That's the whole thing. That's an impressive move. That's like wow. There you go. See, I didn't even look at the board. I knew kind of what the Komodo's idea was. He wants to get everything positioned properly. Next, he's probably going to play his knight back around here and get everything going. This is what I'm talking about. And then he has his knights here. He's not going to worry about these pawns here. He'll more likely bring this rook over, potentially rook there, and get these pawns sniping down the board. Yeah, white's kind of, it's really odd. White's cramped. There's really not a lot that white can do. He doesn't really have anything to do. It looks like black's the one that's cramped, but actually he's not. I do like the idea of what you're saying, battery all the way back here with the bishop, when the bishop was here. I do like that idea, and then queen here, the bishop there with a battery. So yeah, but still, you're 100% right, Fox. He is up 2 pawns, but look at the 2 pawns though. They're not really attractive. It's like they're 2 pawns, but his pawns are really ugly looking. These 2 pawns, whites. So exactly, I agree with you on that. No, thank you. I don't want that. You like bishop c7? I do too. It is. You know what? I agree with you on that. It is. And this knight does a really super job. Even if this bishop took and the pawn took, this one pawn right here stops too. So if a pawn can get here and this pawn can get, oops, I gotta do different colors. I have to remember to do that. If a pawn gets there and this pawn gets here, these two pawns here stop these pawns. And this pawn, oops, come on. This pawn here stops these 2. 2 pawns stop 4, so that's pretty darn tootin' impressive. There it is, like what we talked about. He's gonna go to, oops, I'm gonna do blue. Keep forgetting. He's gonna start coming in here. Or he might come here, here, here. Let me see, here, here, push, and then come in there and get this rook over here. So white's in a pickle and he's really feeling the pain. Yeah, he can't take here because of that. So white actually did a tactic. He's trying his heart out to get this queen off. White wants this queen gone. He wants a trade. And if he can, then he's neutralized Gecko's attack. Because if the queen trades here, Yeah, he gets a pawn, but look at this. He can hold now. And like what you said, Fox, he actually could take here, my bad. I forgot about that. But that is playable. Well, I guess you could check at that point and then say, hey, you know what? King up and then move the knight. So, yeah, I kind of see that trading would be actually foolish for Komodo. So he just decides to do the battery like what you're talking about. Now the knight comes in, so the majority of white's pieces are on self-defense, as you would say. Let's see, what would happen if you took here? You could check there. Can't take there, so what would be the... More likely probably that would happen. Ouch. That stings. So he doesn't want to feel that burn. Oops. Ah. Drat. Oh no. Mistap. My fault there. Where did I mistap at? Okay, there. Drat, I dislike when that happens. Okay, so how many of us would have actually taken here and kind of just taken me? But you know what? You have to remember Komodo's positional. He builds up. He sees targets. Target. He has to take now because if he plays something like, let's just say a bad move, he's got that. Because if he takes here, he loses queen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true. There we go. So the queen's... Yeah, that's actually a better move here. So more likely that's kind of the idea. If that's played there. Gotta be careful. That actually, let's see. He plays there. Actually, you could take there, take. Now it's surprisingly it's better for white here. That was a blunder. White kind of doesn't know really what to do here. Oh, back here. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay. What happens if he takes... what happens... What if he takes the rook first as black? Oh, gotcha. Okay. What happens if he takes first? Oh, I gotcha. I think it'd still end up the same. It would just be the only difference would be he would take here, then you would take, and he wouldn't want to take there because then you can just take his rook. So you have to take, and he takes, and I would say that white now. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you that this is winning for white here. White's actually winning because of this passer. It is black does have a farther pass pawn, but now this bishop does have the ability of protecting this line, so it'd be interesting, yeah. then those double pawns do come in handy at that point. So, but Gecko missed that, and let's see here. They're just building up, building up. True. It could be a draw at the very end with proper play, even in that scenario where they trade off almost everything. It's a potential draw because these computers know how to play solid, and they actually learn from patterns like what we talked about. Doesn't mean they're perfect though, because if you notice, Gecko played an inaccurate move, so it didn't play perfect all the way through. He takes. He takes. Rook, okay. So Gecko missed another move. 1.5. Let's see, what happens if he plays there? Ouch. That's not fun. Oh, mate, ouch. Yeah, you don't want that to be played on you. Nope, nope, nope. Now all the white's advantage is gone. It's like, oh, and now actually white's losing here. In my opinion, this is a lost game for white because of how, but white does have one slight advantage over black. This knight is totally offside and very ugly. So now if rook takes here, exactly, I agree with you on that. And then if he takes here, I think in this scenario white is better. Yeah, white's better here. Exactly. That actually does happen. Now he's trying. White's trying everything. He's trying to get some checks here, here, potentially there, and maybe something. This shuts that down. Check. I actually like this move. I really do like that move. It's kind of a prophylactic idea. Oops, my bad. There you go. Yeah, so very, very interesting for sure. That's one thing that we have to keep in mind, that moves that look good, sometimes you have to be really sure that you don't lose your advantage. So this move, that actually, it makes sense, but I don't think that it gives wide enough. This is the only move that wins actually for white. It's in there, yeah. Yeah, he is cool. I watch Ginger too. Got a good stream. Okay, okay, knight e4. Oh boy, let's go back here. I gotta take a look at this. This is crazy. I guess. Wow, this is just too. This pawn's just too strong. There's no way actually for white to save this position now. Well, maybe knight. Does that do really anything? No, not that I could see. Snikes, this is not looking good. Snikes. I don't know actually what to play. The best really I can see is that move. Oh man, this is not. This is horrible. So, oh boy, I would not want to be white, but I wouldn't give up. I wouldn't give up, but I mean, whew, just so much pressure. You're coming in now with knight to f4 as a potential attack, and oh boy, this is not good. Not good at all. This endgame is majorly lost for white. What did he played that? No, get in here. Stop this. Get a knight there. Don't don't get check happy. Don't check the king. You know, it's not about that. You got to get rid of this pawn here. White needs to, with all of his might, or the computer with all its might needs to get rid of this pawn. You don't want to activate the. Yeah, computers are crazy. I agree. You don't want to activate this king. This king's offside. Think you know everything that this king is offside. It'll give white enough time to go to b2 and potentially maybe knight or knight here, something like that, and get a rook here and maybe trade off. And then if white can get this pawn traded off, it's a draw. but he plays a very silly move in my opinion. It's actually it doesn't work. King H6 is actually, in my opinion, an excellent move because he's now going after these guys. Black is now going to start gobbling these pawns up. He's going to come in and just walk down the board and eat them all up. Oh man. But one time I gotta say, in over the board game, I was one time six. I checked with the computer. I was 6 pawns down, positional wise, and my opponent and I did draw. So doesn't mean that it's not drawing, potential. But with computers, they have no mercy. So they're all in. Now goes. I don't think he could play there, can he? Let me see. Does that actually do anything? Well, I guess he, at this point, maybe play up here. Then he has to come back. I'm not sure if that. I want to see if that's actually the best move here. So it is. This is the best move. Okay, and then that's played at that point. Okay. Okay, I see. This actually locks. Oh, wow. That's a nice. This is actually a very nice move. Excuse me. It's a really nice move. Because that locks everything out for the king can't come over and help out anymore. Wow, I didn't know how powerful F4 really was for white. Snikes. Okay, he missed that, and what does that? I guess, yikes! Another inaccurate move. This was his best shot. Exactly, I agree with you, Super, on that. That or chess. Sorry, I agree with you on the chess. That you are right. There are some positions I've seen fortress positions that you plug into an engine, and it gives the other side like a superior advantage. But the problem is there's no way to break the wall of the fortress. That's why it's called a fortress. There's no way to break in. Oh man, another bad move. Now Zook Swamp's in play here. F3, and it's game over now. It's basically, wow. It's a draw. He actually played there. What's wrong with playing here? That's actually the best. It does. I agree with you. Ginger, it is a drawn position, but that's just me. And this is actually a draw. Because I don't think there's really any way that there's no way to handle it, but this actually loses, I believe. Let me see, because yeah, the king can come up. Yeah, yep, exactly. And this is this kind of shoulders it keeps the king over here. Even if the king comes up here, you can trade off. But if you come up there, you allow this puts white into a Zook Swamp idea. In my opinion, it does, because now there's a check that can happen. And where do you go? you actually have to give away you have to give away space, and now the rook, actually sorry, the rook king comes over, takes. I forgot about that. And then now the king actually comes in, and this eventually is gonna be a one game, and this is gonna happen. F1 down here, F1, and oops, I gotta do blue. I do black. I usually do blue for black right there. And the rook comes there. There's no way to get the king to come and help this out, so what's going to end up happening is the rook will trade off, this rook will trade off, king takes, and you'll have a standard Capablanca mate. And white resigned here because that's going to happen. And if that happens, then the king comes, and if he tries to get there, then actually it's kind of different, but you can form something called a Lucinda. I know you guys know that in an endgame, where you get a king here, you get the rook to come here, you eventually will walk the king up, over, and then make a wall. You'll put this rook here, this king here, and you'll have this pawn right there, and it'll eventually end up queening. It's called, Jeremy Silman has it in his endgame book. Okay, so let's see here. Do you guys have any other games you want to go over, or we could do some puzzles if you'd like. Well, I'll just put on the puzzles just for right now. I'll be right back, guys. Just take a look at this puzzle and we'll go over it. Let's do this. Okay, so bishop F. Let's see here. Let's see, where did I miss? Okay. Okay, good. A bridge, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Chess. That is it is a wall. or bridge, either one. I like wall because I just like that term. That's how I remember that the rook's like a brick. Okay. Only one's a piece. Let's see. Bishop. So the bishop is hanging on f5. So okay, let's see here. If bishop takes, let's see, what you guys are talking about is bishop takes f4, wins g4. Let's see here. Yeah, it does. It does win a. That is true. It does win a piece. So, let's see. Bishop takes there. King takes. But the knight does have a flight square. So, let's see. Yeah, so I think I think you're right. But if we look at it, the only stitch I see though is after here, here, here. He does have a okay, sorry, I gotta do this after here, here, after here. He does have that, and that forks these two pieces here. I agree with you on that. The chess, I agree with you on that. This actually, guys, this is the move here. I'll show you why, guys. Wow. If we take here, he takes there. Oops, I forget to do the color. Sorry about that, guys. He takes here. We take here. Oops, gotta do blue. When the knight moves, we actually take the bishop. So this bishop would trade for that knight. This king moves there. After that, we take pawn takes bishop on g4, and then the knight has to move to g1, and then after that, the rook takes the bishop on f3. What do you guys think? Because here, well, I did look at it. I calculated in my mind, and I wanted to show you guys. Okay, I'm sorry I have to use the same colors. I don't mean to confuse you guys. That's not my point. Here, this pawn, this pawn's going to be here. So even if this bishop took this pawn, we win a knight. We're going to win because of this rook. Yeah. Boom, there you go. It wins a whole piece because of this move here. Come on, don't lag on me now. Come on, don't lag on me. There we go. So you take there, you take, and then once this is taken, the knight's attacked and the bishop is attacked. So the bishop plays here, there, and then if the bishop takes, we actually will take back here. And these two minor pieces are actually better than a rook in this situation here. Let's go back over that, and I promise we'll go over your guys' lines. So okay, so one line you guys wanted to go over was after bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, and we're equal in this scenario. We were talking about bishop takes bishop, knight takes, and pawn takes. And after takes there, we do win a pawn. So we are up a pawn here. But this is the only, this move here, right here, is the only move that actually gives black the full advantage after this whole line here. That's the only move that gives them an advantage. Let's see, did I get everybody's move orders? Yeah, okay, got that, got that, got that. Okay, we got all your guys there. Let's see. Okay, yep, I think we got that. We got them all. Okay, we'll move on to the next puzzle. Alright, okay. Good job. Oh, wait a second. Before, hold on, you wanted to check out some. Hold on, let me, we had a move put in. Okay, let's see back here. Before, okay, before rook takes, so F, oh, gotcha. Okay, I got you. So before rook takes, so you want to do F takes G2. Okay, F takes G2. Rook slides over. Okay, pawn push. Yeah, that makes sense. Here takes. Yeah, that is crushing. And then yeah, you take a rook here. Takes. And I like king up. In my opinion, I like that. And if he plays there, we just we can actually attack here. And if he takes there, we just move our rook there, and we're just gonna eventually get our bishop involved. So it does work. I agree with you. The chess, that is a that was a good line there. Okay. Let's see here. What are we looking for here now? So he has somewhat of a back rank problems. This is a problem. This queen's also a sitch. This rook's also, let me see here. Okay, it took the bishop. This rook's somewhat on pre, as they would say in chess. So we have a back rank problem of black's king and a rook on f3 that potentially is unprotected. So here we go. That makes sense. But the only problem, can he actually do something there? Did I miss that? If I play here, I believe he can actually go there. So that doesn't work out. And he could always check too, so that fails to that too. So this is an interesting idea, taking advantage of that pin. Queen G8. The only problem with Queen G8 is actually Rook 2. Sorry, I gotta do it with different colors. Only problem is Rook D F8 is actually really strong here, and he's kind of. We don't want him to be able to coordinate his pieces, so we're gonna have to do something to take advantage of this weakness of this rook here. This thing is the bane of his. He needs to somehow get this protected. Oh wait. Oh, you're right. Sorry. That is interesting. I'm sorry. I did the wrong one. You're right. E8's here. I did G8. Gotcha. Gotcha. I feel ya. I see what you're saying. Then if queen comes here, then you actually play there, and that wins. Wow, that is winning. Snaky. Sorry, I'll do different colors for the pieces. And he has to move over there, and so let's see what can we do then. I do like that idea, Phil. That is really good idea. And I also like the idea too, Fox. That's a really excellent idea as well. Yep, this is the move here. You guys got it. And then you take the rook. Ouch. Yep. We gotta be careful that we don't walk into a fork here. Yeah, but we don't really have to worry. King C7, King C2 actually loses to a fork. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. The chess. Good job. That is a. I believe this is actually the only winning move is King D1, because this rook's blocked. Even if the rook plays there, it's not a big problem because we have mate there. So King D1 is the only move that wins. King C2 loses to a check here. And then you have to actually go back and he wins the piece. This is the only move. These two moves here lose for white. If he plays here, he's got there. The only move that come on, don't lag on me now. Don't lag on me now. Okay, good. Some reason my thing lagged. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Hold on. Let me get. Okay, D. I had 3 lines going there, and it was like my computer didn't know what to do. This is actually the move. It wins. There's nothing really. He has to trade off, and after he does, then you can bring your king back and stop these pawns, and the knight can come back. You have enough pieces to protect. So let's see. Did I get everybody's line? Okay, let's check. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Exactly, that's right. You're 100% right on that. It does win a rook in the last puzzle. Yeah, if you're not aware to it, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Right on. Right on. I was thinking something like this, but it doesn't win anything, I don't think. So let me see here. Because I was looking for a tactic. The only problem is the pawn could take the pawn could take the rook because this queen's if the queen wasn't protected here, guys, and well, I guess if it was protected with another rook here instead of a pawn, we could win. This is the only bane of our resistance right there. Otherwise, this idea would work. It's actually a tactic. It's taking a piece, then the queen takes here, and then takes, and you're up in exchange. But I don't think it works in this one. In this scenario here, I know we can win at least a pawn, because the knight can't take because of. Sorry, 1 second. And if that takes, then we win there. Oops, there we go. Well, let me see. Let's give it a shot. I might over. Okay, let's see here. Oops. Yeah, we're down a piece in that scenario. Yeah, cause like what Fox said here. If we took here, and he took there, we actually win a piece there. So if you take here, he takes there, we win a piece because of the check. There. Wait a second. Do we? No. Oh, I was hoping something. I was hoping something like that. Like what you said, Ted, I do like. I was looking at that. It is interesting. But I think F2 is he's covered on F2 though. That is interesting though. Oh boy. What to do, what to do. Hold on, can we actually, if we play queen takes knight, wait a second. If we play queen takes knight, and if rook takes knight, bishop takes queen, pawn takes. Oh, no, that doesn't win. That doesn't win material. It looks good. It looked good for a second there. If this queen trades its life off for that knight, and then let's see, what are you saying, Fox? Let's see, rook. So you're saying rook takes. Hold on. Rook takes knight. Oops. Hold on. Come on. Work with me. Rook takes rook. Let me see. What am I missing? I'm missing something here. Queen takes d5. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That is kind of. yeah, that does win. Wow, that's a killer move. Nice. Well, actually, then the queen could take here with check, and after the king takes back, this pawn takes. We do have a passed pawn, and let's see. Yeah, we can actually let's see there. I think we can decoy. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we can decoy the yeah. 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 We'll go over your line, Fox. That is right. And then you win the pawn. That is right. Good, fine, man. Good job there. We'll do one more. One more game, guys. I mean, one more puzzle. Well, this looks kind of a cincher and some. See there? Oops, I gotta do blue for black. I do blue because it looks very similar to black. And green. They don't have white. I wish they had whites. Then I can use white or some sort of other thing. They have red and yellow, but I don't really like yellow for white. Okay, so here, and okay, and then if this queen took that queen, that king takes, rook takes, king takes, and we're still down material because this bishop is gonna be taken. Oh. Okay, we'll go over the game. That sounds like fun. Okay, bishop bishop e6. The only problem is he has mate there. Oh, wait a second. You are right. Hold on. Well, yeah, bishop. Oh, yeah. Hold on. We'll solve this. You're right. That is right. Because watch, guys. If you play here, the queen intercepts there. You take. King takes. Bishop comes check. When this king here. Sorry, I get rid of that. When this king moves back. Oh, sorry. Moves back. Then you play rook takes. And I think we're up a piece, yeah. Yeah. And I believe at that point we can push. Let's see if we pawn takes, king takes check. You can't check there because of that. Oh, interesting. This is kind of no. Our knight covers. Thankfully, our knight covers that. Thankfully to the Lord that our knight does cover that. So let's take here. And then only one move to play is up here. Alright. We'll We'll go over this game, and then I gotta log off. But I like going over the games, so you gotta love it. You gotta love chess. Yeah, that would be not good. Uh-oh, what did it... Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Alpha. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. This is the game. Okay, we'll put it like that, and we'll do there. Okay. So who's who in this one? Oh, it was from a stream. Gotcha. Gotcha. E5, F3, knight C6, bishop C4, knight C, bishop C5, castles. Not bad. It's standard play. It's kind of odd. When you get something like this, guys, you usually play up and then you can play on the side, but kind of interesting for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've watched some of his. He's good too. H6. So that deals with this problem. This H6 deals with that and that. So otherwise, there's really nothing to block here, and a pin right here is a problem forever if you can get a bishop there, because then you'd have to do that, and then potentially knight. Watch if you played here, then let's say he played here. I'll show you. Then he plays back, then you play there, then knight plays, and then this bishop potentially could take. And I've actually played a game like that and crushed an opponent that way. So that's kind of why he played that. C6, C3, nice. Okay, this is style, baby. You gotta love G4. Nope, it's not. And now guess who's feeling the pain of this pin? Like, remember what I talked to you guys about just a little bit ago? This move here stopped this type of pain for white. White would have loved to have a knight, bishop on G5. Now this bishop is causing it. Oops, I gotta change color. Sorry. Hold on. Now this bishop is causing pain, and there's no way you can get this bishop back here. There's no way. It's an illegal move. So this knight's in a pin, and it's really painful. So, and that'll slowly be emphasized with potentially knight here, queen in here, castle queen side, and then you develop and you go for basically, you just totally crunch the player when you get a position like this. This is like a stranglehold on an opponent. He could try all he wants with that. B6, you know what? Take it. You know, it's like, so what? I'm gonna play here anyways. He's holding, but not for much longer though. Yeah, he did take, and so it's like, not now. He controls there. Potentially that'll be a target. What might be played if I was yeah. I'd probably play here, play, and then at this, play here, and then I would maybe take there if I somehow can get a protectorate on this, because you then have a pin on this pawn here. So whoa, you gotta say that white is not giving up. You gotta love that. Now tide is turned, so the bishop will fall though. I don't know, I might like that. I kind of like this move. I want to see if that's the correct move. Oh, he does like the computer room. Okay. Alright, so I was wrong there. uh, and then let's see if it like, oh, it wants, oh, okay. Oh, the queen's trapped right here. And let's see what, he can't come here, he can go there. So its only move is here. And then he's dead when he's there. It's over. And you've lost a queen for a rook. And you basically can resign at this point, because that's on pre, that's on pre, this pawn's on pre, that's on pre. Everything is hanging. Boy, he was very blessed for this move here. This move's the game changer. Now there's a problem there. Ouch. So probably knight there. Let's see what would happen if you. Oh, you can't do that, Drat, because he'd lose the queen. Wow, this is not turning out too fun. Wow, that really turned the tide here. Hmm. Actually, you could just move here. And then if he tries like something like this, you could just take. If he tries that, you could play there. Why give up these 2 pawns? I don't understand that. Back here, he could just win the game with here. That just wins. I don't get that. Just, you know what? You don't have to worry about this. You can always remember this. You can even sack this bishop. You can sack this bishop here for that pawn, and you still have these. You still have these passers. So it doesn't matter if this pawn gets taken by the king. These are your 2 elite soldier royal guard guys. Oh, he must have won on time. Do you know how you handle that? You turn it into a rook. And then when he comes here, then you go, and let's say he takes the... I guess you could turn it into a queen, could you? Smack. There you go. There's your checkmate. Well, except if there was no way, let's say there was like a bishop here. We'll just say there's a bishop here, okay? And we'll say there's a bishop here, or some. I'm trying to figure out. Sometimes the only way so that there's no stalemate is to turn it into a rook. There's some puzzles that you have to actually turn it into a knight, sometimes a bishop, sometimes a rook. You have to de-promote. So, well, guys, I got a log. That was a fun game to go over. You just got to be careful that you don't stalemate your opponent, because there's no spots for the opponent to go to. This actually wins. It forces the takes here, and then you basically just checkmate. Yeah, exactly. So do you guys have any questions about this game? Is there any questions you're wondering about this game, or any of the puzzles that we went over before I log off? So you have any questions, Fox, anything, guys, before I log off? Just want to make sure, because I know that the worst thing to happen is... Are you good, Fox? Okay. I don't see any messages, so I will take that as everybody's good. Okay.
Guys, thank you all for logging on, and thank you also hosters for hosting. You know what? We're in this to win it together as a group to make the chess community better and to use the mind the Lord's given us. I'll just go to check one more time to see if anybody wrote anything in before I say any more. Okay, good. All right. So, you know what? Remember, you learn from the mistakes, and there's no doubt about it. Infinite Flash also went back, found the mate that we found, and he learned from it and got better. That's the whole thing. Sometimes you get stalemates. Sometimes it's a blessing when he could be very low on time, and that could have been a blessing. Hopefully he was low on time, so. But if not, you know what? It is what it is. You learn from it. Remember, there's always a player in the position. You just got to be patient with it, and you'll find it. And remember, keep moving forward, like in Meet the Robinsons. Keep moving forward. Don't don't look back too long. Keep moving forward. And as always, guys, remember what Wesley So says: serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, God bless. And I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Be blessed and have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will be on tomorrow, Lord willing. And until then, keep studying chess and using your brains. Good, guys, okay? And you did great. I gotta say, you guys all did great. So keep doing great. Bye bye, guys.